What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the stream, everyone. Appreciate you guys being here. As always, Friday night slate. Happy Friday. Excited for this 8-gamer tonight. Still some question marks on this slate. We didn't get an update on Giannis during the afternoon, which was something I thought we were going to get an update on. Milwaukee has yet to release an injury report, so this will be something to keep an eye on. I think that's where the big news from the slate is coming from, is Milwaukee. Giannis got injured last night, did not return to the game. We have no idea if he's going to play or not. I looked at the lines. I don't look at spreads too often, but the fact that Milwaukee is only 1-point favorites against the Bulls does make me assume that Giannis is probably going to be out. I'm building my lineups that way until we hear news otherwise. So I'm expecting Giannis to be out, which does make Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, makes both of them look like great options today. We'll talk about them, obviously. Bobby Portis could be someone to look to as well. And then we got a lot of guys questionable on Atlanta still. We haven't got an update there. Trey, Capella, Bogdan, all still questionable. So that'll be something to keep an eye on. But not a ton's changed since I made my video last night. We don't have news yet. We're still waiting for some updates. KD got ruled out, but I was kind of expecting that. I went into this slate expecting KD to be out. So yeah, we'll talk about Kyrie, who looks like a really good option as well. I do like Kyrie quite a bit, but yeah, guys, appreciate you being here for the next 30, 35 minutes. We'll just kind of chat, answer any questions. Before we do get started, I want to hit on my man T-Man. I'm not sure if you're in here, T-Man, but thank you for becoming a member. I do appreciate the additional support. And before I went live, Derek, I'm not sure if you're in here either, but Derek, thank you for becoming a member as well. Derek and T-Man, appreciate that. Appreciate the additional support. Wouldn't doubt if the Bucks sit their main three. Suave, that's something I could see happening. I would not be surprised if we just get word that Giannis, Drew, Middleton, they're all out. The Bucks have done this so many times where they just sit everybody. I would not be surprised if they all sit today. I'm expecting Giannis to be out. I'm expecting Drew and Middleton to play, but don't be surprised if all of them get ruled out. I'd be surprised if they all play, though. I'm expecting one of Giannis, Drew, Middleton to be out. Somebody's going to rest. It's probably going to be Giannis. The fact that Milwaukee's only favored by 1 makes me assume that somebody's going to be out. They would be double-digit favorites if everybody was playing. What do you think about LeBron being a game-time decision? Yeah, that's kind of important. I'm expecting LeBron to be on a pretty strict minutes limit if he does play. He'll be probably limited to 15, 20 minutes, if that. I think it impacts Dennis Schroeder enough to where I'm probably not going to play or really even go to Dennis Schroeder if LeBron's in. I still like Anthony Davis, especially on Yahoo. I still think Anthony Davis is a great player over there because he's so affordable. But I really don't like a ton from the Lakers outside of AD on Yahoo. If LeBron plays, that just takes me off of Schroeder, takes me off of everyone else, basically. What's good, Noah? Is it considered chasing if we play Alzi Johnson? Yeah, so T-Bone, I think that's that's the wild card of the slate is Alzi Johnson. If Alzi Johnson plays 25 minutes again, he could break the slate like he did last night. I'm pretty sure in most of the tournaments, he was nobody played him, but some people did. He was 0.8% owned or 0.08% owned. But yeah, Alzi Johnson, he went off last night. Came off the bench, played pretty big minutes, had a really good game. He 20 and 21, 56 DK points in 32 minutes. So DeAndre Jordan, these last few games, has been a DMP. DeAndre Jordan has not played. Against a big Portland front court that plays Nurkic, that plays Kanter, there's a pretty good chance that DeAndre Jordan starts. I wouldn't be surprised if DeAndre Jordan starts tonight. I'd be a bit worried about Alzi Johnson if DeAndre Jordan plays and if he starts, because they still have so if DeAndre Jordan starts, that probably means that Blake Griffin is going to get minutes off the bench. So the last few games, basically Blake Griffin, Jeff Green, and Alzi Johnson have been the only bigs to get minutes. DeAndre Jordan has not played. I think there's a good chance if DeAndre Jordan plays and he starts tonight that he could get whatever minutes that Johnson played. He could play 25 minutes and Alzi Johnson, literally Alzi Johnson could play 25 minutes, he could play 0 minutes. There's just such a wide range of outcomes. I would be, I don't really look at ownership too much, but if Alzi Johnson is going to be popular, that's a guy that I would easily fade. If nobody's going to play Alzi Johnson, then I think, then you can take a shot on him. But, there's a legit shot that he doesn't play. I would not be surprised if he plays 0 minutes. So, it's risky, but obviously we saw last night he has the upside if he gets the minutes. It's just good luck guessing how many minutes he gets. If DeAndre Jordan does not start, then I would like Alzay Johnson more. But I think if DeAndre Jordan's back in the rotation and he's starting, that does impact Alzay Johnson. Clarkson, Bogdanovich, and Ingles, or Morant and Valanciunas. I'd probably take the first one there. I'd probably take those Utah guys. I do like those Utah guys quite a bit tonight still. Obviously, they got hurt with the blowout last game, but I think if we're going to get like 32, 34 minutes from Clarkson, Ingles, with no Conley, with no Mitchell, I mean, both of them have 40-plus point upside, so I still like those Utah guys. Tougher matchup, but I think it's likely they get their normal minutes tonight in a game that should stay close. KD out, how do we not love Alzay today? I mean, yeah, KD being out obviously helps, but, like, we just don't know, man. Like, we've seen so many times, like, this season, like, even when Alzay Johnson's been healthy, like, he hasn't even been in the rotation, like, he'll have these random games where he gets, like, 30 minutes and smashes, and then he won't even play the next day. So, it's tough, man. It's tough to predict. I have a feeling people are going to go there, and while I don't think it's, like, a bad play, it still is risky. My best guess is that he plays, like, 15, 20 minutes, but he could play 30, he could play 0. I mean, there's just a wide range of outcomes with Alzay Johnson. Who's your favorite Celtics today? I mean, I don't really like the Celtics that much at their price points. If they were cheaper, like if Tatum and Brown were cheaper, I would like them more. But, Tatum's almost 10K, Brown's almost 9K. Like, I'd rather play Kyrie over these two. I'd rather play Drew and Middleton, assuming Giannis is out. There's just other guys I'm going to prefer over Tatum and Brown today, but I expect Tatum and Brown to both be pretty low owned. So if you want to go there in tournaments for the low ownership, we obviously know both of them have upside when Kemba's out. So you could still go there. Me personally, though, in my one lineup tonight, I don't think I'm playing any Celtics. Garland or Clarkson on Yahoo. If Colin Sexton's out again, I would play Garland, but Colin Sexton went through shoot-around. I did see that, so I'm expecting Colin Sexton to play, and if he does, I'd rather have Clarkson. Best plays on Yahoo today, been crushing lately. Thanks for everything, Noah. So on Yahoo, I mean, you got to look at the Milwaukee guys. If Giannis is out, Drew is $35. I like Drew a lot if Giannis is out. I like Chris Middleton a lot for $30. And then Bobby Portis is super cheap. If he were to start in place of Giannis, he's $13. He's one of my favorite values. So it starts with those Milwaukee guys. Then you can look to like the Utah guys who I think are still too cheap on Yahoo. Like Jordan Clarkson's 24. Joe Ingles is 23. Bojan, his price barely went up. He's only 17. I like those Utah guys still. And Anthony Davis on Yahoo is a lock for me. $31 for AD, way too cheap. He's my favorite play on Yahoo by far. But the Celtics, or not the Celtics, the Bucks, assuming Giannis is out, the Jazz without Mitchell, without Conley, and then AD. That's kind of where I'm looking to on Yahoo. Jordan out of rotation for a couple games. Yeah, he's been out of the rotation these last few games, but this feels like a matchup where they could go, like last night against the Pacers. Obviously, the Pacers have been playing small. Like, they don't really have a big. They have O'Shea Brissett, they have Jakar Sampson. Like, they don't need DeAndre Jordan out there. But against Nurkic, against Kanter, like, they might need DeAndre Jordan tonight. I would not be surprised if DeAndre Jordan starts and plays like 25 minutes, which would hurt Alzay Johnson, in my opinion, and just makes his minutes riskier. We just don't know how much he's going to play. Guards you like under 5,400? Let's see. First guy that comes to mind would be Dante DiVincenzo, assuming that Giannis is out. You have Dante DiVincenzo at 4,800. But like if all these Atlanta guys are out, if Trey, Bogdan are all out, then you could definitely play Lou Will as well. So one of those two. I like Jeff Green and Irving from Brooklyn. I mean, yeah, I like both those guys as well. Jeff Green's been playing really well lately. He should benefit without KD. Kyrie, obviously, with no KD, with no Harden, is a top pay-up option. So, yeah, I'm right there with you, T-Money. I like both those guys. I see Capella questionable due to foot pain. If he doesn't play, it will probably be a blowout versus Philly. I mean, yeah, these teams played on, I think it was Wednesday. They played Wednesday, and the Hawks got blown out. Now, I would say that if Trey and Bogdan play, that makes it a lot more likely the game stays close. But, like, if Embiid, if Capella's out, I mean, that's a nice boost for Embiid, just because it's going to be John Collins, Okongwu defending Embiid. I mean, that's a matchup Embiid should have a lot of success in. So, yeah, it would make it riskier, I guess, if all those guys are out for Atlanta, just because we saw last game, it was a blowout with no Trey, with no Bogdan. Thoughts on a Dame, Irving, Nurkic stack? I mean, I guess you could do that, Ryan. Like, I wouldn't force it. Like, I don't think I'm really stacking today. I mean, I like the Milwaukee guys. I guess you could consider them a stack, but I'm fine playing Kyrie and Nurkic. I don't know if I'm really going to be on Dame, though, on this slate. Any Jared Allen love? It's a good matchup for Jared Allen. He should continue to get the minutes. He's definitely in play for me, but straight up, I'd rather have Nurkic over Jared Allen. But yeah, Jared Allen's definitely in play. Am I the only one fading the Atlanta Philly game? I would say that if everyone plays for Atlanta, like if Trey plays, if Bogdan plays, if Capella plays, like there's really nothing I like on Atlanta. And the Philly guys don't really stand out to me, so I could see fading that game. But if a lot of Atlanta guys get ruled out, it's going to be hard to not consider someone like Lou Williams or Brandon Goodwin. So it's just a wait and see for me. If everyone plays, though, in that game, I'm probably going to fade it as well. Max Bucks you would play? I mean, I think it's fine to play 4. Like right now, my dummy lineup has Middleton, Drew, DiVincenzo, and Bobby Portis. I don't think I'd be playing $5, but I think 4 is fine. Kushlash, is it Kushlash? Kushlash, I got you. Thoughts on Niang? Yeah, I think Niang is a really good value today. I mean, he started last game, played around 30 minutes. He's still super cheap on Draftkings. I think Niang's a top value for sure. I assume he'll be popular, but that's usually when it comes to those cheap guys that are going to play 30 minutes, I'm fine, eating that chalk. So I will definitely be playing Niang tonight, assuming that he starts again, obviously. Having a tough time on shooting guard on Yahoo, who would you prioritize? I'm looking at DiVincenzo. If Giannis is out, DiVincenzo is my favorite shooting guard on Yahoo. But then, like, Tyrese Halliburton, I think's behind him. And, God, yeah, the position's kind of bad. But really, those two guys are the ones I'm looking at. Jordan Clarkson or Drew, the better play on Yahoo? I mean, I'd probably rather get to Drew. If Giannis is out, Drew's going to be a priority for me. Clarkson or Cole Anthony on Yahoo? I'd rather have Clarkson. Thanks for the guide yesterday. Knowing my lineup in Yahoo has been solid because of your inputs. More power, man. Hey, I'm glad to hear that, man. Glad to hear that. Glad you're having some success. What do you think of Gary Harris today on Yahoo? I could see playing him just because the shooting guard position is pretty bad. But like I said, if Giannis is out, DiVincenzo is the guy that I'd want to be playing at shooting guard. I'd rather play DiVincenzo over Gary Harris. But yeah, I mean, shooting guard sucks on Yahoo today. If you want to pay down for Gary Harris, I think it's okay. He made my GPP sheet on Yahoo on Patreon, so he's definitely in play. How would you rank DeAndre Jordan, or how would DeAndre Jordan hurt Alzay Johnson? They literally play 2 different positions. I mean, Alzay Johnson can play the 4 and the 5, King Carter. Like, Jeff Green, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, Alzay Johnson, like all those guys. Obviously, DeAndre Jordan's not going to play the 4, but Jeff Green can play the 5, Blake Griffin can play the 5, Alzay Johnson can play the 5. So I wouldn't say they play different positions. I mean, DeAndre Jordan's obviously their center, but Blake Griffin can play center or power forward. Doesn't really matter. Jeff Green can play power forward center. Alzay can play power forward center. So KD can play small ball center. Obviously, KD's out, but yeah. Atlanta Philly not even on Yahoo. Yeah, I didn't understand that. I don't know why they don't have that game on the Yahoo main slate, but whatever. You feeling a more balanced or scars and scrubs approach? I mean, right now I'm feeling like balanced, especially like if Giannis is out, there's going to be a lot of good mid-tier plays. Drew, Middleton, Portis. And the stars, I mean, obviously Westbrook, you can play Westbrook any night. So, yeah, you could pay up for Westbrook, but like if Giannis is out, that takes one stud off the board. We don't have Harden, we don't have Fox. We're not playing LeBron on a minutes limit. Vooch, I don't really like that much. So, for me, it's kind of a mid-range build for tonight. I mean, there's value. Like you got George's Niang, Metu you can maybe go to for value. But outside of those guys, I mean, there's not a ton of cheap value right now. CJ or Dame on Yahoo, favorite game stacks tonight? I mean, like I said, I don't think I'm really stacking any games. I mean, I might stack some teams. Like if Giannis is out, I'm going to have a lot of Milwaukee exposure. If all these Atlanta guys are out, like if Trey's out, if Bogdan's out, if Capella's out, there's going to be a lot to like on Atlanta. But I don't know if there's any game I'm just stacking. Just 8-game slate. Normally I don't stack in NBA. Like I don't think you have to, and especially not on an 8-game slate. I think it's more viable to stack on like a 2-gamer or a 3-gamer and just hope that the game you stack goes off and the other game is like a blowout. But when there's 8 games, like I don't stack in NBA. Like rarely do you see game stacks win in NBA. Like that's never game stacking. I don't know. It's just not. It's not something I would say that is smart to do in NBA. Great video, Noah. Thoughts on DiVincenzo and Shamet? DiVincenzo I like a lot, assuming Giannis is out. Shamet, With Kyrie back, I'm not as high on Shamet, but I guess he would still be viable. He should start, again, I would assume, and probably get 30 minutes. I mean, they still don't have Bruce Brown, so Shamet's viable. I would just be a bit hesitant to go there now that Kyrie's back. DiVincenzo, though, I like a lot if Giannis is out. Ayton or Nurkic for the $500 difference. Give me Nurkic all day. Do you still like Metu? I mean, so Marvin Bagley's probable, which is going to hurt Metu a little bit, but with Harrison Barnes out, I mean, I still think Metu's probably going to get like 25, 30 minutes. I assume that Marvin Bagley will be on some sort of minutes limit, and Marvin Bagley might come off the bench, so just keep an eye on that. If Metu is still starting, though, I do like him still. He's super cheap still. He played big minutes last game. Even with Bagley expected to play, like I assume Bagley will be on a hard minutes limit, so yeah, I still have some interest in Metu. When was the last time you finished top 3 in a DFS Cast tournament? I mean, Willie, literally like a month ago, I took down, some single entry tournaments. I don't really I don't post screenshots on Twitter, but that was one of my nicer wins recently. And I finished like top 10 in the $12 single entry as well a couple days ago. How you feel about Bacon? Yeah, Bacon, Gary Harris. If I was going to play anyone from Orlando, it'd be those two guys. I mean, I don't really like any Magic today, but those would be the two I'd go to. Any interest in Robert Williams? Not really. Last game, Robert Williams, even though he was active, he came off the bench. Like, they still started Tristan Thompson. Williams only played 17 minutes, so I have no idea how many minutes he plays. Especially if he comes off the bench, it's just going to be tough to predict how many minutes Robert Williams gets. So if he's not starting, it's tough to go there for me. Middleton and Drew not shooting guard eligible on Yahoo. No, Middleton is a small forward and Drew's a point guard. Dejounte Murray last 2 games in Yahoo had 50.5 and 60.9. What do you think? Bad matchup? I mean, yeah, like against Boston, that's not a great matchup, but I think he does benefit without Derek White, and we've kind of seen that these last 2 games. Still, though, like I'd rather play Drew. If Giannis is out, I'd rather play Drew over Dejounte Murray, but Dejounte Murray should be relatively low-owned, I would think, in a bad matchup, and he has upside. We've seen that, obviously. No Derek White, I think, does benefit Murray a little bit. If the Phoenix-Utah game is close, could you see Matt Thomas being a dart play? I mean, nah. Like, I don't think I'd be going to Matt Thomas. I mean, Matt Thomas, last game, I don't even know how many minutes he played, but I assume he played more just because of the blowout. I mean, he just played 9 minutes last game, Patrick, so, yeah, there's no reason to even consider Matt Thomas. He played 9 minutes in a blowout. There's a good chance if it's a close game, he doesn't even play. Torrey Craig and play for Yahoo shooting guard. I'd probably just play like Gary Harris or Dwayne Bacon. If I was going for a cheap shooting guard, not named DiVincenzo, it'd probably be one of those Orlando guys. I'd play them over Torrey Craig. Like I don't play Torrey Craig. Is it bad to go to Alzay Johnson? I mean, we've already talked about this a lot. Like for me, it's a wait and see on what they do with the starting lineup. If DeAndre Jordan starts and he's back in the rotation, I think that does hurt Alzay Johnson. So I have no confidence in his minutes. He could literally play 30 minutes again. He could play 15. He could play 0. I mean, there's just such a wide range of outcomes with Alzay Johnson's minutes. Like we've seen, even when he's been with the team and active, like he sometimes isn't even in the rotation. So my best guess is that Johnson plays like 15 to 20 minutes, which makes him a decent value, but I don't know if he's going to be someone I would play if he's going to be like super popular. Thoughts on DeAnthony Melton for value? Yeah, I think with Grayson Allen doubtful, Melton is for sure in play. Desmond Bane, I assume, will start and probably get more minutes than Melton, but Melton's a good productive player. He's a point per minute player or close to it. You can definitely go there. I don't mind him. I don't think he's like someone I'm starting my lineup with, but he's a viable last piece in, I think. Thoughts on Anthony Davis? I mean, Anthony Davis on Draftkings is a little bit tougher to play at 9,100, but on Yahoo, if you play over there, I think Anthony Davis he's way too cheap on Yahoo as a clear top play for me over there. With Bruce Brown and KD out, would you agree it's more likely for Alzay Johnson to play at small forward over Green, Griffin, or Jordan? I mean, I don't think they would run like lineups like that. I mean, Alzay Johnson doesn't really play the 3, I don't think. Like, I don't see them playing Alzay Johnson, Blake Griffin, and DeAndre Jordan all together. Or Alzay Johnson, Jeff Green, Blake Griffin. Like, all 3 of those guys are not going to be on the court at the same time. I wouldn't think. So, the fact that they still have Jeff Green, Blake Griffin, Johnson, maybe Jordan if he's in the rotation. The fact they still have those 4 guys, like, it's just, I don't know, man. Like, if you want to play Alzay Johnson, go ahead. I just think it's super risky. And he's someone that if he's going to be somewhat popular, like I'm fine fading that. Best small forward, $20 or under on Yahoo. First guy that comes to mind would be Bojan. Bojan is 17, so I'd play him there. Aren't you worried about a potential blowout or Portland blowout against Nets playing Nurkic? I mean, no. Right now, the spread in that game is let's see, what's the spread? Spread in that game is 2.5. So it's a 2.5 point spread. I'm not worried about a blowout. Forwards you like under 4,200. First guy that comes to mind would be Georges Niang, assuming you don't already have him. So yeah, Niang would be the guy I'd go with probably. If you already have him, then Metu. If he starts again, you could play Metu, but I would prefer Niang. Appreciate the help, Noah. You think Joe Ingles is a good play still on Yahoo? I do, Bryce. I do. I still like Ingles. I still like Clarkson. I still like Bojan. All those guys are in play for me on Yahoo. Are you going to make MLB videos over the summer? I would enjoy those. There's a good chance I do start making MLB videos again once NBA season's over with, especially like during the summer when it's the only thing going on. But for now, while we still have NBA, the plan is to just put up NBA content on YouTube. But I do still have MLB stuff on Patreon. I still play MLB. But like I said, I've been saying it recently, the plan is to still just focus on NBA in terms of YouTube content, just because it's what does best on my channel. Good luck, see y'all at the top tonight. Hey, good luck, C-Money. Good luck, my man. No one's going to get pissed about all these Alzey Johnson questions. I'm not going to get mad. I just think he's a super risky play. Like, I don't know. If people expect him to play 30 minutes again, like, I feel like everyone's going to look at last night's game, see that Alzey Johnson played 30 minutes, and now Kevin Durant's out, so they just think he's going to get 30 minutes again. Like, I'm not confident in all that Alzey Johnson gets anywhere near 30 minutes again. But I understand, people see he had a really good game last night. He played big minutes. Now KD's out. They think he's going to play big minutes again, but I have no confidence that happens. Even if he plays 20 to 25 minutes at 3K, still a good price. Right, but, you have to factor what is the probability that he plays 20 to 25 minutes and how many other people are also going to play Alzey Johnson. If we know for a fact, like if Alzey Johnson is somewhat, I don't think this is going to happen, but if he is announced as starting, he becomes the best value play on the slate. But if he's not starting, you just don't know what they're going to do with the minutes. We've seen him just, come in and out of the rotation. He's been in the rotation at some this season, then he goes out of the rotation. He came back in last night. I don't know. Like, you guys remember that game? Everybody was out for Brooklyn. Kyrie was out, Harden was out. Like, basically the whole team was out. I can't remember who they played. I think they played the Jazz, and Brooklyn just got smoked. They lost by like 50. But Alzey Johnson played like 30 minutes that night, had a huge game. The next slate, his price went up, and people played him, and he literally didn't even play. Like, he was like 5K the next slate. He was 10% owned, and he didn't even play. So, just be hesitant on it. That's what I would say. Surprised you don't do DK and FanDuel. Any particular reason? I mean, I do DK, obviously. FanDuel, I don't know. I'm already play on DK. I play on Yahoo. It's just, I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to manage lineups on 3 different sites. I've played on FanDuel in the past, but haven't played on there in a while. Like, I played on FanDuel a couple years ago, like during baseball season and during basketball season, but haven't played there in a while, for sure. Probably going to pay another month on Patreon. Wasn't sure, but Noah's the boy. Hey, you do you, Donovan. I mean, you can cancel your membership at any time. But if you're enjoying the content, if it helps, then yeah, it's up to you. It's almost like KPJ last night. Who would have predicted that? I mean, yeah, like, I guess I don't want to say that was expected, but KPJ having a huge game wasn't the most surprising thing, just because without John Wall, he's getting all the opportunity right now. But obviously, it's funny how everyone plays KPJ. I played KPJ, whatever that was. Wednesday night, he sucked. And then Thursday night, he's low-owned and he smashes. It's just how DFS is, I guess. Like, I could see that being the case tonight with Alzey Johnson. He smashed last night. Nobody played him. Now people are going to hop on Alzey Johnson tonight, and he's not going to even get 10 minutes. Like, I'm not playing Alzey Johnson. If he's not starting, I'm not playing him. And if he goes out there and puts up another 50-piece and everyone plays him, then I'll just take the loss and I'll move on to Saturday's slate. But you will not see Alzey Johnson in my lineups. Unless he's starting. If he does wind up starting, which I don't think is going to happen, then I would play Alzey Johnson. But if he's not starting, it's just super risky. Super risky. How is LeBron projected 51.12 on Line Star? I mean, I don't even know what Line Star is, but yeah, that seems, if in terms of fantasy points, if LeBron's projected for 51 fantasy points, I would, like, if you can bet that, I would totally bet the under. KPJ is a new Harden, drops 50 after the 50K fine in strip club. I mean, yeah. Good pivot off of Johnson. I mean, I know Georges Niang's going to be popular, but I'd rather play Georges Niang over Johnson. Even though Niang's going to be a pretty popular value, I still prefer him over Johnson. He's way safer. We know Niang's going to start and play 25, 30 minutes at the minimum. I'm assuming that since Niang started last game, that he's going to start again tonight. Thanks, man. Good luck tonight. Hey, good luck to you as well, Todd. Good luck to you as well, my man. Osman interest tonight? Probably not, Brandon. Jetty Osman's price has gotten up to like 5,400, which feels about right. Like, he doesn't really stand out anymore at his price tag. Jetty Osman was a really good play when he was like 3,800, but now that he's 5,400, I don't have any interest, especially if Colin Sexton plays. If Colin Sexton plays, I'm not going to Jetty Osman. Do you have leftover money sometimes on DK? If so, how much I stress that I could make my lineups better with $200? I mean, you can always leave money on the table, Zach. Like, you don't have to use all the salary. If you really like your lineup and you have $300 left on the table, don't change your lineup. Just leave it as it is. Hachimura or Solomon Hill? I mean, I'd probably play Hachimura there. I don't really like either one on this slate, but I guess if you force me to play one in that situation, Reggie, I'd probably take Hachimura over Solomon Hill, I would think. I mean, Solomon Hill is just someone that I'd never play. All right, guys, if you got any last-minute questions, throw them in the chat real quick. We'll be live for just about 5 more minutes. I'll answer any last-minute questions you guys got. As always, I do appreciate you guys tuning in. I appreciate the support. Hit that like button if you have not yet. And we'll answer any last-minute questions you got. Friday night slate should be a fun one for sure. Hopefully we get some news on Giannis some point. Not sure when we're going to get news on Giannis, but hopefully like when the 5:30 injury report comes out, we'll get an update there. Because that's like the big news that we're still waiting on is, does Giannis play tonight? Because I really have no idea at this point. I would assume he's going to be out, but we'll have to see. What's up, Noah? How you feeling about Buddy Hield tonight? I think Buddy Hield's in play, Marcus. He's not someone that really stands out at his price tag. I don't think he's like a top option for me. Like, I would much rather play Middleton. I think I'd rather play Joe Ingles as well. But yeah, Buddy Hield's viable still. I like Buddy Hield more on Yahoo just because he's more affordable there, I would say, if you do play Yahoo. Thank you. You the GOAT, man. Sure thing, T-Money. Sure thing. If Drew or Middleton out Bucks value, I mean, yeah, if Drew or Middleton get ruled out, like, I don't think this is going to happen, but if by some chance we get no Giannis, no Drew, no Middleton, I mean, we've seen that happen before where the Bucks just literally sit everybody. Like, if they do that today, then yeah, we're looking at, Thanasis, Jordan Nwora, the guys that we've played before. But I'm assuming Giannis is going to be out and then everyone else is going to play. That's what I'm assuming. Who knows, though? Hopefully we get an update soon. Good luck tonight, Noah. Good luck to you as well, T-Bone. Good luck to you as well, my man. Thanks again, Noah. Sure thing. We got T-Bone and we got T-Man. T-Man, sure thing, man. Favorite util slot play, $35 and below on Yahoo. Let's see here. I mean, Drew Holiday's the first guy that comes to mind. So, assuming you don't already have Drew, if Giannis is out, I would play Drew there. But my next favorite option would probably be Anthony Davis, if you don't have Anthony Davis. So, one of those two guys. Gobert, Jared Allen, and Drummond, any good today? If you made me choose between those three, I would probably play Jared Allen. Or Bobby Portis as well. I mean, I like Bobby Portis a lot, assuming that Giannis is out. So, favorite plays on Yahoo, I'm late. We kind of went over it earlier. If Giannis is out, I'm going to be focusing on the Bucks, Drew, Middleton, Bobby Portis, assuming he starts. I still like the Utah guys on Yahoo, Ingles, Clarkson, Bojan. Anthony Davis is a free square on Yahoo, in my opinion. He's way too cheap at $31. So, those are kind of the guys I'm looking to on Yahoo. Thoughts on Alcy? You skipped over all my questions today. What's your deal today, bro? DFS is supposed to be fun? I thought I answered a lot of your questions, King Carter. I thought I answered most of them. Oh, you asked about Garrett Temple? I mean, I'm not playing Garrett Temple. If that's the question I missed, I'm not playing Garrett Temple. I mean, I never play Garrett Temple. I don't know why you would want to play him on this slate. Like, what has Garrett Temple even done, like, over his last few games? I mean, he's had like one good game over his last, 10? I mean, even if Garrett, like, what's a Garrett Temple ceiling game at this point? 25? Like, if Garrett Temple gives you 25, I mean, that's just not even. You got 25 from a guy that's cheap. That's okay, but there's going to be so many better value plays than Garrett Temple. Favorite Utah guys tonight? Can you rank them? Yahoo. I mean, it's probably Clarkson, Ingles, Bojan in that order, but I like all three. You going to leave salary to pivot to Bucks after the lock news? I mean, I'm assuming that we'll get news on Giannis before lock. For now, I'm building my lineups assuming Giannis is out. So if we get news after lock that Giannis is playing, yeah, I'm gonna be in some trouble. But I'm expecting Giannis to be out. I would be very surprised if he does play. I mean, when it comes to Giannis, I mean, anytime he's like questionable, he normally does not play. After he got injured last night, didn't return. It seems like he's not gonna play here. Like, why would they push him against the Bulls? And the fact that the line's only 1 point, the fact the Bucks are only favored by 1 makes me assume Giannis is out. If Vooch doesn't play, how do you feel about Tice? I mean, Vooch is probable. He's expected to play, so I'm not really going to Daniel Tice. Obviously, if Vooch somehow gets ruled out, then yeah, play Tice, but I'm expecting Vooch to play. What's the most you've ever left on the table? I mean, it's all slate dependent. There's been times where I've left 500, 600 on the table, Gabriel. So, unlike 2-game, 3-game slates, I think it's fine to leave a good amount on the table, like 1K, just so that way your lineup is a little bit more different. Your lineup is less likely to be duplicated when you leave more salary on the table. But on a bigger slate like this, you don't have to really worry about duplicated lineups unless you're just playing like all the chalk. Good luck, fellas. Good luck to you as well, Suave. Good luck to you as well. Do you know if Sexton is playing? I will go with Garland if he's out. Sexton went through shoot around, J-Bo, so the fact that Sexton went through shoot around makes me assume he's going to play. But yeah, if he's out again, you could definitely go with Garland. I'm fine with Garland. Robert Covington in a smash spot. I mean, I don't really have that much interest in Robert Covington. Like, he's just not a guy that I really play. He's a low usage guy. He really needs to get there on like steals and blocks. He needs to knock down like 5 threes, and that's just something I don't want to bank on. So, I mean, Robert Covington's cheap. The matchup's good, but I don't think I'm playing him, Martin. But all right, guys, I'm going to wrap up the stream here. I appreciate you guys tuning in as always, man. Wish you the best of luck on this Friday night slate. I hope you guys do have a great weekend. I probably won't be streaming during the weekend. I normally don't stream during the weekend, but this will be I might stream. I don't know yet. It'll be something to keep an eye on. Might go live Saturday. Don't know yet. Normally I don't stream during the weekends though. So good luck tonight, fellas. Appreciate you watching as always. Have a good weekend. Should be back though with a video Saturday. So I'll see you guys in the video Saturday. Good